In a move that's as symbolic as it is emotional, Jin of BTS has officially embarked on the US leg of his solo tour, Run Seokjin, beginning with a long-anticipated flight to Los Angeles, California. The City of Angels is now preparing to welcome one of K-pop's brightest stars as he carves a new chapter of his musical journey. This marks Jin's first major solo tour in the United States, following the critically acclaimed release of his second solo album, Echo, which debuted on May 16, 2025. While the spotlight now shines solely on him, Jin's presence on stage carries more than just his voice. It carries the legacy, the love, and the longing of millions of ARMYs who have watched him grow from a group member to a solo artist. At Incheon International Airport, Jin was spotted wearing a light denim jacket, minimal makeup, and his signature gentle smile. Though calm on the outside, fans couldn't help but wonder what emotions stirred beneath the surface. After all, this tour is more than just a concert. It's a solo mission of expression, healing, and connection. Online, the hashtag #RunSeokjinLA began trending within hours of his flight. Fans from around the world sent messages of encouragement, some even camping outside the venue in advance. One fan on X, formerly Twitter, wrote, "Jin is not just performing, he's telling his story. LA is about to witness something unforgettable." At Seokjin Manri's his solo work, including heartfelt tracks like Don't Say You Love Me, With the Clouds, and Loser featuring YNA, has revealed a deeper side of Jin, raw, poetic, and beautifully honest. The Run Seokjin tour is expected to showcase not just Jin the performer, but Jin the storyteller, Jin the artist, Jin the dreamer. What makes this moment even more meaningful is its timing. With BTS's full group reunion and new album scheduled for 2026, Jin's solo tour feels like the calm before the glorious storm. While many view his individual performances as a break from BTS, fans know better. It's a bridge. A promise that their story is far from over. HYBE has yet to release full details about surprise guests or collaborative moments during the US leg, but speculation is already swirling. Will Jungkook, who was seen leaving for the US earlier, make an appearance at one of Jin's shows? Will there be a secret track revealed in LA? Will Jin hint again at BTS's future? For now, all eyes are on Los Angeles, and as Jin steps onto the soil of dreams, he carries the hopes of not just himself, but an entire fandom still glowing from his quiet strength and warm heart. This is not a farewell. This is Jin's way of saying, "I'm still here. I never left. Let's run together." The sun had barely risen over Los Angeles when fans spotted Jin's vehicle arriving at a private exit of LAX. A small group of dedicated ARMYs, some of whom had been waiting for hours, caught a brief glimpse of him as he waved softly, his expression both calm and contemplative. Despite the minimal fanfare around his arrival, there was something sacred in the air. This wasn't just another stop on a tour. This was a moment of silent gratitude, courage, and intention. Within hours, banners and light-up billboards began popping up across the city, from downtown LA to Koreatown, with messages like, "Welcome Seokjin. LA is yours tonight. Echo will forever resound in our hearts." Local press has reported that Jin will be rehearsing at a private venue near Hollywood, with increased security and confidentiality surrounding the production. Rumors are swirling that the LA show will not only include new stage visuals and interactive segments inspired by Run Jin, his variety-style performance concept, but possibly also an unreleased song written during his quiet months after discharge from the military. But what fans are most curious about is his silence. Unlike other artists who flood social media before a big event, Jin has remained mostly quiet, choosing instead to let his art speak. This restraint has only fueled theories that the LA concert will feature a personal message, perhaps about his future with BTS, or even a tribute to his journey since enlisting. Some fans speculate that Jungkook's recent departure to the US, captured at Incheon Airport just days before, may not be coincidental. Could there be a reunion on stage? The two have shared a quiet yet powerful bond since the early days of BTS. A surprise appearance, no words, just presence, would be enough to send ARMY into emotional overdrive, a well-known fan translator wrote. If Jungkook appears, even just for a second, it will mean more than any speech. It will be a message of silent support from one brother to another. At BTS_translove meanwhile, back in Seoul, HYBE has kept its stance deliberately ambiguous, only stating that Jin's US tour marks an important solo chapter in the broader narrative of BTS. But fans aren't missing the subtext. This tour is not just about Jin stepping forward. but BTS slowly stepping back together. As the lights dim and the stage prepares for its first rehearsal, fans know this isn't merely a musical event. It's a ceremony of growth. A reunion disguised as a solo moment. A promise wrapped in a performance in Los Angeles, the city of second chances and new beginnings. Kim Seokjin stands alone. Not because he's apart from BTS, but because he's preparing the path for their return. And when the curtain rises, ARMY won't just hear echo, they'll hear hope. Just when fans thought the anticipation surrounding Jin's Run Seokjin tour couldn't get any higher, a new wave of speculation has swept across social media platforms. Was Jungkook at Jin's rehearsal in LA? It began with a single blurry photo, posted anonymously on X, formerly Twitter, showing a silhouette eerily similar to Jungkook's entering a restricted backstage area at the YouTube Theater, the rumored venue for Jin's first US solo concert. The figure wore a black hoodie, cargo pants, and a recognizable Balenciaga backpack. Jungkook has been seen carrying multiple times in less than 30 minutes. The hashtags #Jungkook in LA and #JinKook reunion were trending worldwide. The theory gained further traction when a staff member, allegedly part of the local lighting team, posted, then quickly deleted, that another member of BTS was present during a soundcheck, sitting silently near the technical pit, watching as Jin performed with the clouds. No confirmation has come from HYB or either artist's official channels, but fans are already treating the moment like canon. One viral post read, "Jungkook was there. I know he was. That's the kind of love they have for each other. Quiet, loyal, eternal." At 97 line forever, a bond beyond music for years. Fans have witnessed the unspoken brotherhood between Jin and Jungkook, a relationship forged through years of shared stages, struggles, and late-night conversations. Jin, as the eldest, has long acted as a protective figure for Jungkook, often reminding fans of his magné's sensitivity and fire. In interviews, Jungkook has often referred to Jin as someone he deeply respects, once saying, "Hyung knows when to speak and when to just be there. He understands my silences more than anyone," which is why, to many, the idea of Jungkook flying across the world, not to be seen, but simply to support Jin, feels more real than any PR statement could ever be, a message without words. If Jungkook was indeed at the rehearsal, it begs the question, will he appear on stage during the actual performance? Fans are divided. Some believe Jungkook will remain behind the scenes, his presence a private gift to Jin. Others are convinced this will be the moment when Jungkook joins his Hyung on stage for a surprise duet, perhaps even a rearranged version of Epiphany, or a new track from Jin's Echo album that features uncredited backing vocals. Either way, the emotional intensity of this tour continues to climb. And if Jin's powerful message in Don't Say You Love Me and Loser wasn't enough to make fans cry, the thought of Jungkook silently sitting in the wings, watching as Hyung chase the stars, certainly will. More than a solo tour at this point, Run Seokjin feels like more than a concert. It's a love letter from Jin to ARMY, from ARMY to BTS, and possibly from Jungkook to Jin. One fan summed it up best. They don't have to tell us everything. Sometimes the silence is the story. And tonight, it sounds like Jin and Jungkook are writing one only they understand. At Armamunchild 7, as fans line up for the Los Angeles concert, one question echoes louder than the rest. If Jin is running alone now, is Jungkook running just behind him in the shadows, making sure he never falls?